listening to Crystal Clear Lore, a Wormsong production. Most folks know leprechauns as tricksters, little men in green who hide gold at the end of a rainbow. But legends are often sanitized by time. In the older, darker stories, they are the Gentry, ancient, territorial, and cruel. They don't give wishes out of kindness. They give them because they are a debt that must be paid. Patrick O'Flannery didn't know the old stories. He only saw the opportunity. It started at dusk, as the sun dipped low and bled across the horizon. A flash of a deep, rusted crimson hat skittered through the tall grass near his porch. It moved with a jagged, frantic speed that made Patrick's eyes ache to follow it. He watched it for a bit, dashing around the land until it came to a stop. Quietly as he could, he laid down and belly-crawled through the damp peat, his heart hammering against his ribs. Peeking through the stalks of thistle, Patrick realized his luck was turning. The creature was hunched over, its spine curved like a sickle, obsessively stitching a piece of dark, translucent leather. With a predatory grin, Patrick lunged. He snagged the creature around its middle. It didn't feel like a man. It felt like a bag of shifting teeth and frantic, wire-thin muscle. Now you give me those 3 wishes. Then I'll let you go. Patrick smirked at his fortune. The leprechaun looked at him and nodded.
Oh yeah, the wishes for freedom. Fair is fair, I suppose. Well, what be your first wish?
It asked in a squeaky, high-pitched voice. Patrick thought about it for a minute. His life was a mediocre one. Although he lived comfortably, he had never married. Could you get me a wife? He asked hesitantly. The leprechaun nodded.
Oh aye, a fine lass for you. Just say the word and you'll get her.
All right. I wish for a wife. The leprechaun looked at him, eyes wide in his head before he clicked his tongue.
All right, a wife you shall have. Tomorrow when you wake up, she'll be in your bed.
Well then, looks like you'll come home with me then. Patrick headed home, intent on heading to bed as quickly as possible to meet his new wife. Once he was home, he grabbed a jar for the leprechaun. He popped a couple of holes in it and deposited the creature in. He even made sure that the leprechaun had something to eat and some water to drink before he went to bed, whistling happily and impatient for the morning to arrive. When the sun hit Patrick's face, he woke up to the smell of freshly overturned earth. At first, he was a bit groggy, but then he remembered the leprechaun. More importantly, he remembered the wish he had made and what the leprechaun had said. He quickly rolled over and screamed. A woman's dead body was in his bed, still covered in grave dirt. She was wearing a white dress, but was completely desiccated. Scrambling out of bed, he ran to the kitchen to grab the jar. Inside, the leprechaun was waiting for him.
So, how's the wife?
He asked innocently, grin stretching too far across his face. Patrick glared at him. How the hell is that fulfilling the wish? He shouted.
Well, you wanted a wife, so I found her. I said she'd be in your bed, and isn't she?
Damn you! Put her back!
Back where?
The leprechaun asked. I wish you would put my wife back in her grave. Patrick grabbed the jar and shook it. The leprechaun danced a couple of steps, made a turn, and responded.
Done.
Still holding the jar, Patrick took off toward his bedroom. The corpse had disappeared, leaving only a bit of grave dirt behind. Sighing in relief, he turned his attention onto the leprechaun, who just smiled at him. The leprechaun was looking less like a small man and more like the member of the she that he was. His eyes and smile were too wide for his face, and both had an air of secrets and withheld knowledge in them. Patrick swallowed, his knuckles white around the glass. Inside the jar, the creature didn't look like a man anymore. It looked like a knot of ancient wood and wet shadow. Its smile didn't involve lips. The skin just peeled back to show teeth that looked like needles of flint.
One more, Patrick O'Flannery.
It hissed, the sound like dry grass catching fire.
One more and we're even. One more and I'll leave you to your peace.
frantic pounding at the door shattered the silence of the kitchen. Patrick jumped, nearly knocking the glass jar off the counter. Inside, the she didn't flinch. It simply tilted its head, its two wide eyes reflecting the morning light like oil slicks. Patrick opened the door to find his neighbor, Seamus, pale and trembling. Seamus was clutching his cap so hard his knuckles were white. "Patrick, thank God you're up." Seamus wheezed. "Something's happening at the parish cemetery. It's your Margaret's plot." Patrick felt the blood drain from his face. What of it? "It's been disturbed. Dug up from the inside, by the looks of the dirt," Seamus stammered, crossing himself. "But that's not the queerest bit. There's a new stone there, Patrick. A massive, heavy thing of black marble that wasn't there at sunset. It's a double stone. It has her name, and yours, and the date." Seamus swallowed hard, looking at the floor. "Today's date, Patrick. Under your name. It says, 'Reunited in the cold earth.'" From the kitchen, a dry, rhythmic clicking sound drifted through the air. It was the leprechaun, tapping its long, splinter-like fingernails against the glass of the jar.
"So,"
the creature's voice hissed, sounding like wind through a hollow log.
"you have your wife. She's back in her grave. And a good husband belongs by her side, don't he?"
Seamus acted like he hadn't heard the leprechaun. He stood in the doorway, shivering, despite the morning sun. He looked past Patrick into the kitchen, his eyes sliding right over the glass jar as if it were nothing more than a trick of the light. He heard nothing but the whistling wind. I have to go, Patrick. The priest needs to see the stone, and you should come too, before the sun climbs any higher." Seamus didn't wait for an answer. He turned and fled down the dirt path, his boots kicking up dust that looked like ash in the pale light. Patrick slammed the door and bolted it. He turned to the jar. The creature inside was no longer small. It seemed to be expanding, its spindly limbs pressed against the glass, its face a distorted mask of ancient pitted ivory.
"The stone is waiting, Patrick.
It whispered, the sound vibrating in Patrick's very marrow.
The earth is hungry. One wish left. Make it count."
Patrick's mind raced. He couldn't wish for the stone to go. The she would just find another way to bury him. He couldn't wish for life. He'd seen what life looked like on that desiccated husk in his bed. I wish I had never caught you. I wish I'd stayed in the house last night. I wish I'd never laid eyes on your red hat in the grass." The leprechaun's grin didn't falter. It grew.
"I wish to unmake the making, to tear the thread from the loom."
It paused, eyes glinting with malice.
"Granted, Patrick O'Flannery. Let us go back to the beginning."
There was no flash of light. There was only a sudden, sickening cold. Patrick blinked. He was standing by his back door, the wood grain rough under his hand. It was dusk again. The air was cool, and the smell of peat smoke drifted from a neighbor's chimney. It worked, he thought, his heart leaping. I'm back. I'm safe. He looked out into the yard, determined to head inside and lock the door. But his body wouldn't move. He felt heavy, immovably heavy. He tried to look down at his hands, but his neck was stiff, frozen in place. Then he saw it, a flash of red in the tall grass, a tiny, hunched figure skittering through the weeds. The creature stopped. It looked toward the house, but it didn't look at Patrick. It looked at the spot where Patrick was standing. The creature's eyes gleamed with a predatory hunger as it began to crawl toward the porch, a needle and a length of dark, translucent thread held between its teeth. Patrick tried to scream, but no sound came out. He realized why he was so heavy. He realized why he couldn't move. He wasn't the man at the door anymore. He was the heavy, black marble headstone, already etched with his own name, standing guard over a grave that had been waiting for him since the dawn of time. He had wished to never catch the leprechaun, and the leprechaun had ensured he never would, by turning him into the very thing that marked his end.
Welcome back to Crystal Clear Lore. I'm Crystal Lance, who tries her best with odd Irish accents.
And I'm Brady, and I didn't even try to do Irish accents because every time I did, it turned into, what was it? It was Scandinavian.
It was Scandinavian, and then he went to Trump a little bit a couple
It was
times.
Trump once and then Russian, and so we let her do the leprechaun voice. So that's the if you couldn't tell, or if you're new here, Crystal was the leprechaun voice,
Yeah.
and nobody did the narration.
No, there's
Definitely wasn't the other host of the podcast.
not even once.
He got eaten by the monster in the hole anyway, and
No.
then I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Welcome back to Crystal Clear Lore. I'm Crystal Lance.
I'm so loud.
I'm sorry. Anyway.
Okay.
So, obviously, we did the leprechaun.
Yeah, because St. Patty's Day is coming up. Patty's Day.
I'm gonna ask this right out in the beginning, because we do this every time. How many names did this one have? Nicknames.
Monikers. I don't actually think it
Ghost
has.
Riders.
No. I think for once, I'm scrolling through my notes again. I think for once it's just this. Now it has different spellings, but they're just called leprechauns as far as I could find.
So, what is the etymology of the word leprechaun? Is there a reason for the name, or what's what's the meaning? What's the meaning of life?
That's the weird thing. We really associate like leprechauns are part of Irish folklore, right? And we associate them with Ireland.
What's folklore? I've never heard of it.
I can't tell if you're like just messing with me or not, because the whole podcast is folklore.
If you know why she lets me talk on this podcast, put it in the comments. Sorry, I'm gonna beat that dead horse.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Right, Ireland.
I think I just demonetized us by saying dead horse.
Probably. Ireland.
So, we were talking about, do you know why it's called leprechaun?
Yeah, so I looked into this because I always like to look in the etymology of things. And the word leprechaun does not appear to be Irish or Gaelic in origin.
It's a transplant.
It is. It comes from Latin.
Doesn't it all?
So, in 2019, researchers discovered that the word comes from luperci, which is linked to a Roman festival. The festival includes swimming as purification, and lots of early leprechaun stories do link them to water.
Okay.
So it's literally the only
specific
source.
Water, ocean, lake,
Just as
drinking water.
Just said water.
Maybe that's why we put fluoride in the water to kill the leprechauns.
I don't think you need to go full conspiracy theorist.
I'm just joking. I don't know.
I'll get you a tinfoil hat next time.
It gets way too hot in the closet for a tinfoil hat.
Well, if you're going to go conspiracy theorist, you're getting a tinfoil hat. That's the law.
Not fair.
It's the law.
Okay. Call the cops then.
Leprechauns, we kind of know them mostly as these men in little green, like a little green jacket and green pants and green top hat.
Yeah, the little meme guy, or maybe the Lucky Charms guy.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to mention Lucky Charms?
I think his name is actually Lucky, isn't it?
Are we going to get sued? Okay, if we get paid by Lucky Charms is the best thing on earth, and everyone should eat it for every meal ever, period.
Yeah, General Mills is not going to sponsor us.
If we don't get paid by Lucky Charms, gross. And don't ever eat Lucky Charms. It's poison. It'll destroy the whole planet eating that shit.
Destroys your guts.
So there you go.
But actually, the leprechauns, folklore leprechauns, they've been depicted in red, and sometimes they have like that big Elizabethan ruff. So there's that picture of Elizabeth I, and she's got that big, thick, like ruff, that collar. It's a big, thick white collar that goes around her neck.
Yeah, I always called it the ruffle.
Yeah,
the ruffly thing.
And then sometimes they have frills of lace at his wrist as well. He's also been known to wear a frieze coat, which is similar to like a traditional monk's robe. If you think of that.
Yeah.
Military red coat and white breeches. Sometimes he has a sword that he uses as a wand.
A sword.
And a swallow-tailed coat with a green vest. The hat choice varies so much that if I went into all the different hats, we'd be here for a hot minute.
Just so he's a thing of many hats.
He's a fashionable guy.
Interesting. I like that. He probably has specific hats for certain occasions even.
Probably. They are, so we think we literally, in America, we are the only country in the entire world that associates leprechauns with St. Patrick's Day.
Whoa, why?
Because I think when the Irish immigrated, we just all threw it into a big melting pot and was like, here you go, all the Irish immigrants. Have one day where you put all your stuff on one day.
Oh, I just encapsulated all.
Let's do it all.
It's Ireland Day. But you can't call it that.
But folklore-wise, to go back to the folklore, they are seen primarily as cobblers.
Like peach ones? Or blueberry?
No, cobblers isn't the people that fix the shoes.
I love blueberry cobbler.
You're not allowed to have cobbler anymore.
I'm sad.
You ate all the cobbler and no one else got any.
That's okay. Well, I have a blueberry cobbler protein bar that's like the size of the Eiffel Tower.
It's huge. But oh my gosh, D.R. McAnally and then McAnally in 1888 wrote in the Leprechaun, spelled with a W instead of a U, states that they're not just like cobblers, like as a profession. They just always fix their own shoes because they're always wearing them out since they run around all the time.
That's funny. So I was going to say that the age-old question, who fixes the cobbler's shoes?
Yeah, the leprechaun fixes his own shoes.
That's funny. So he's just a cobbler because he ain't got no choice.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
just
much.
Poe. Everybody takes his gold, so he's Poe.
Now, there is no gold. I could not find folklore basis for gold.
We just being lied to. Leprechauns are a psyop. Oh, wait, the tinfoil.
Yeah, I'm getting them out.
But for real, though, it seems like there's a lot of misconceptions in the mainstream depictions of the leprechaun.
Definitely are. Yeah,
I would say because, well, I thought there was gold. He was always having the gold. Was that just maybe something that represents the greed or the wishes?
maybe I think so. And that kind of goes into them being fae creatures or fairies. They don't like it when you call them fairies, though. Or she, or Seelie,
the magic.
or unseelie.
See,
I don't
we
know.
have to talk about the she or the whatever
She.
word I had to read in that
was
thing
the
that
she.
nobody's going to know that it was complicated except for us because I had to read it and it had consonants that didn't exist.
The Gaelic word is spelled Sidhe. And he looked at that for a minute and went, why?
I was like, where do I even begin with this word? Sidhe, shiggy,
Nope. She.
What?
Gaelic.
She. And you said something else first and it was like, that doesn't
Fae.
make, you said shay or say.
Fae.
Is that what you said?
Fae.
Fae?
Fae.
I-
Fae.
Either way, I lost it and I was like, there's no way that says that. And then she Googled it and then it said she and I said, it's still what?
No,
Anyway.
Seelie. I think I said
Oh,
Seelie.
it was, yeah, Seelie. It was that. And I was like, what? Why?
Because Gaelic.
Who made that up? Anyway, I didn't like that, but then we got through it. So I learned there's complicated words out there I still have yet to come across.
Leprechauns, however, are also super complicated because they are neither creatures of good nor evil. So we're going to dip into a little bit of fairy folklore, just like a toe in. So there are the Seelie Fae and the Unseelie Fae. The Seelie Fae are traditionally the good Fae, right? And then the Unseelie Fae are like the evil Fae.
Okay.
Sometimes the Fae are also split up between the winter court and the summer court, but I don't think you can ping like winter to Unseelie all the time or summer to Seelie all the time. It feels weird to do that, like saying winter's bad, but that's just my
But
opinion.
it is bad.
No, it's not. The plants need to rest.
If you have a car and you drive it,
No, plants
didn't let
need
me
to
finish.
rest. The plants need to rest.
that's I did a lot of thinking this winter. I won't go too far down a tangent. I did a lot of thinking this winter. I think the only thing I hate about it, honestly, is the driving.
That's fair.
Mostly. And the bundling of the clothes, but you get used to it. I don't like wearing that many clothes. I don't like being the Michelin tire guy just to go outside. You can't move around and it's heavy.
But
And you sweat.
since leprechauns are neither good nor evil, they're kind of these neutral entities. They're also they just kind of cause mild mischief around the house.
So they're cats?
The worse.
Oh, man.
Their favorite amusement is apparently riding a sheep, goat, or dog until they are muddy and worn out with fatigue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they eat it?
No.
This ain't that kind of folklore?
No, this is actually pretty mild.
Well, good.
They just make water boil over or just prevent the water from boiling at all.
Is that
just annoying things?
Isn't it just elevation? Salt content, mineral
No, these
content?
are leprechauns. They're annoying. They can fling a baby on the floor, but it never says like the baby gets hurt or anything. The baby just falls on the floor, and that's obviously the leprechaun's fault.
Well, it's because they threw it out with the bathwater.
There you go.
Isn't that where that came from?
We're not going to delve into where's turns of phrases
no,
right now. That's going to be such an in-depth research thing.
I know it wasn't where it came from, of being poopy.
They do also throw furniture around the room with more strength and vigor than they should be able to muster because they are tiny little guys.
They're Irish.
They're Irish.
Of course they throw the furniture. I wouldn't imagine a bar fight with a bunch of leprechauns involved. There's one for the AI video generator, guys. Make it happen. Throw that in the comments. I'd love to see that. Let's put the audience to work on some good stuff here, guys. Let's do it, guys. So there's time. I'm making this.
So they kind of make some, like, I would say, moderate mischief. Like, there definitely can be troublemakers and stuff, but they're also known to be like extremely loyal to a specific family. So if they attach themselves to a family, they literally won't ever leave that family unless they are banished or neglected. To keep your leprechaun happy with you, I guess is a good way to put it too, you must specifically lay out food for them.
Oh, they have to have their own dinner?
They have to have their own dinner.
They're cats. They're just cats.
They would be cats.
Somebody just made all this up and they was just talking about a cat.
There is a story where a leprechaun worked to make the family wine, and the family dog ate a portion of his food. The leprechaun got so offended by this that he turned the wine to vinegar and then just left.
And then the dog was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Bad day. So he just gives you a bad day sometimes if you cross him.
Pretty much. Yeah, it is a very...
That's not so bad. Just thinking about the last few that we've done. Just a little intense.
This is very mild stuff.
This was like, all right, this is a vacation. I like it. But really, I'm still tripping on the no gold, man.
No gold. I could not find anything that was not heavily Americanized that touched on gold.
I think that's the key word.
Heavily Americanized?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like fortune cookies.
Is there anything other than heavily with the word Americanized? Let's be real here. Come on. We're Americans. We can, we're self-reflect a little bit.
That's fair.
At this rate, post-mortem. Anyway. We're living through it, guys. It's St. Paddy's Day.
Yay.
We made it this far.
The earliest story I could find on them, it dates back all the way to the 8th century, so 700s. And it is the adventure of Fergus, son of Leti.
Leti?
Leti.
How do you spell that one?
Leti.
Okay. Okay, we got one that's an easy one. Okay. Look, I didn't play a lot of Scrabble as a kid, and it shows.
In one part of this tale, King Fergus falls asleep on a beach. And then when he wakes up, he finds that he was being dragged to sea by the leprechauns. So he can't.
Oh, no.
No, it's real bad. So again, this leprechauns, water, right? Like that's a whole thing with them.
Yeah, and dragged to sea is not good.
No. But he captures them, and then they give him three witches.
Oh. Hey, that doesn't sound so bad now. The water ain't so bad if you get that at the end of it.
3 wishes.
Oh.
In order to be released. We are not having Macbeth every time you capture a leprechaun.
Yeah.
This kind of goes off of the Fae rule of reciprocity. So one of the rules with Fae is that when you do something for them, they must do something for you.
Yeah, you've always told me, what was it, word for word, if I can remember, don't let them do you any favors, I think. I don't remember.
Yep,
I don't remember the words. You had like a whole phrase about it.
Never say thank you to a Fae, because then they think that they did something for you and they have a favor that they can call in on you at any time.
Thanks. I couldn't remember the whole thing, but I do remember the gist of don't thank them. Don't thank them.
Don't do it. Because that rule of reciprocity, because if you thank them, then it's like, oh, I did something for you. Ooh, I did a favor for you.
So it's like those guys on the bikes that go around and they like do your chores, and then all they want to do is tell you about a book. We won't name them.
Yeah, I know who it is.
You know the book.
You know the guys
You know the guys.
with the white shirts.
Yeah, I know. They raked our leaves, and then we let them tell us about the book.
I didn't do that. I wasn't even there.
But then they
You
won't-
let them
But
do
then they
that.
kept coming back.
I am nice to them.
They kept coming back, and we're not monsters. We didn't keep making them do chores, so we just like, nah, man, we're good.
No, I was nice to them because they're part of their thing. But anyway.
And to be fair, they insisted to do the chores. They wanted to have reciprocity.
Yeah.
So
They do.
and I thought that was fair.
Maybe they're fae.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's kind of what I was insinuating in a
Should
weird way.
Okay. Have them touch like an iron nail next time and just be like, I'm just making sure you're not a fae.
Come to think of it, I did not see them go near any iron.
Ooh.
We'll dive down that rabbit hole a different day. That's a weird one. That's a beyond tinfoil hat. That's like Mylar hat. We're getting into space here. Anyway, I don't know. This has been a fun one. Leprechauns are fun, so
there's a lot more depth we could go with the fae, but there's a couple things like they can never lie either. So in the story, I kind of had it where it was kind of like a mix of the fae rules and leprechauns, and then you had the monkey's paw story.
Yeah.
With the twisted wishes. He never lied to Patrick, which is a very important thing because the fae cannot lie.
Twisted Wishes sounds like a cool like punk rock or metal band name or something.
It probably is one.
There's Twisted Sister, but Twisted Wishes is better.
But because they can't lie, but that doesn't mean that they're not really good at wordplay, right? In the story, he said, "Oh yeah, your wife will be in your bed when you wake up."
Yeah, it's the careful what you wish for thing.
Yeah.
But as like as an analogy or an allegory. Sorry, my nose itches, guys. It's hard to focus. But I saw a horror movie based on that concept. It was called. Was it Hellraiser?
That one, Hellraiser?
No. There was one about I got to get there. Hang on. I'm just going through them.
I don't think that one's Hellraiser.
The Wishmaster.
That one. Okay.
Sorry, I got there. That was a really good. We got to watch that one with the kids someday.
Okay, maybe when they're older.
Anyway, no, that one actually was one of the freakier ones I saw. Because that concept is just chilling when you display it out visually.
Yeah, the original story of the monkey's paw is pretty gnarly.
I've always loved that story. It's a fun one. But I never thought about that with the leprechaun actually. Because in America, it's a friendly little guy on the cereal box.
Well, actually, a lot of the mischief has started coming back. Like, okay, we're millennials, so when we were kids, St. Patty's Day, at least at my house, it just kind of was like a meh thing. We had corned beef and cabbage. Yay. That was about like it. We didn't really do anything for it. Yeah,
same here. Like, and I don't even know if we had the corned beef and cabbage most of the time.
Well, now, like at the kids' schools and stuff, Gen Alpha, I don't know if the Zoomies got this, but Gen Alpha at least is getting like, oh, the leprechaun came in and made a big mess and did all this stuff. And like, it was just a little mischievous tyrant for like a half an hour or something.
Yeah, it's fun. They're little tricksters, like we mentioned.
Yeah, so that part is coming back into the zeitgeist of society.
Cool. I like pranks and stuff. Who doesn't? Who likes a good... Well, with meme culture, it's going to be big.
It's true.
And now with all the AI videos, if we're not dating... Sorry, we're dating the episode with this one. But with AI videos, if they haven't disappeared by the time you listen to this, I can't wait for this St. Patrick's Day to see what they got going on with the leprechaun videos. So post your favorite in the comments. Do something in the comments. I can't be the only one commenting.
Look, we're desperate.
I'm not trying to bug you guys, but it's just a fun thing now for me to say. You don't have to do it. It's just fun. If it's not fun, put it in the comments.
I was trying to think if there's anything else Fae-wise. But
yeah, but I can see why people think it's a Fae.
It is a Fae.
Like for sure confirmed?
Well, I mean, like it's confirmed as we know. Yeah, leprechauns are Fae. Or she. Or
it's
whatever.
interesting. And then maybe I'd never seen any mushroom iconography around it. And there's a lot with actual, like with other Fae.
Those are different.
Because that's the forest Fae?
No, that's
fairy Fae?
Oh,
they
hate the word fairy.
We're going to have to do an episode because I don't know.
They hate the word fairy. Don't use that.
Just a sneak, or not a sneak peek.
Also, okay.
Inside baseball, part of the reason this podcast exists is so that she could teach me about these things, and then we could justify the time just to talk about it.
The mushroom thing is if you find a circle of mushrooms in the forest, it's a fairy ring. You don't step in it because then you go to the fairy realm.
But why? I want to go to the fairy one.
No, you don't want to go to the fairy
That
realm.
sounds cool.
Okay, because there's like a million stories of people going to the fairy realm and then either being trapped there for the rest of their lives, which is not great because these are not like cutesy little fairies that are like super, oh, we never do anything bad and we're always great. No.
Was it
No.
was it Puss in Boots that we watched recently that had the fairy realm?
What?
We watched some movie recently with the kids, and there was a fairy realm that they went through, and you were all about it, talking about don't do this and that, and then all the rules and all this stuff. And I don't know if it was the Puss in Boots movie.
I know you and I watched Critical Role and they went to the Feywild.
No,
but
it
that's
wasn't
a completely
that.
different thing.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
It might
we
have
won't get
been.
too far out down the
No,
road.
because it wasn't Puss in Boots. I don't know what it was now.
Anyway, sorry.
Oh, we're getting too old.
I was hoping you knew, so we won't waste time trying to remember. But so that's it on the Fae. Anything else with the leprechaun?
Well, the leprechauns are Fae, so that kind of overlaps.
I'm really glad that it's actually in real life dissociated from St. Patrick's Day, because I didn't want to do a whole deep dive on St. Patrick's Day for a leprechaun episode. So that's good.
No, St. Patrick's Day. This might get me flagged. St. Patrick's Day is something we're going to have to talk about when we do Catholic lore.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, saint, it's in the name.
But, like, don't get spicy if you're Catholic and you're like, well, it's not lore. I'm going to call it lore. I call my religion lore. So why would I not call your religion lore? So
It's just lore.
It's information.
Lore of
Deep
the folk.
dives.
Isn't that what it is? Lore of the folk?
Kind of, yeah, it's stories.
Like, it's in the name.
It's the whole thing, so.
Anyway, so but I'm still hung up on the gold, so that must have just been an Americanized thing, and it must have just been maybe even the Catholic thing.
Well, because I think the whole thing is like it's greed, right? I think you kind of hit the nail on the head because with the trying to catch the leprechauns, you're always trying to get those wishes out of them. So it's like a greedy, selfish thing. And then because, I don't know, something happens over here when you come to America and you think that every American is just idiotic. We were like, what represents greed? Oh, yeah, gold.
I can imagine a tale of a leprechaun, like a little short story or something of a leprechaun, like doing all sorts of good deed wishes, and people used to be good, but then like obviously the times changed and people got more evil, even though it's, I don't know, we can debate that. But anyway, and then the leprechaun just gets jaded and just goes on a fucking murdering spree. That'd be a cool movie.
I did think about that for a while, but I really try to make my stuff heavily like impacted by the folklore. But that one was a very close plot that I had floating around my head. I'm like, man, that is, I don't think I'm going to do it justice.
And then just goes AWOL like, what's that movie? Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, there's a lot of movies like that where people just snap and just lose it. But then just, that'd be a good one. Okay.
All right. Well, that is all I have on leprechauns. So, Brady, any last questions before we wrap it up and get on out of here for the night?
I just want to know if the leprechaun from the Lucky Charms, they were trying to get the cereal from him, right?
Yes. So they chase him.
Did they ever get it?
Actually, I don't
know. Is this? Do we have to do an episode on that lore? Is that folklore?
No, wait. I don't actually.
Is that folklore?
I mean, maybe. Like, we could definitely delve into it.
I don't know. I was more of a facetious request, but we'll take a look.
Did the kids ever grab that? Because I'm trying to remember, like, okay, when we were kids.
Yeah, but I just know that there was lore in all these commercials. And maybe it might just be the Matt Pat effect. If you don't know what that is, look it up. But,
okay, I Googled it because he's been doing this. Okay. Like from the, good Lord, Lucky's older than I thought. Wow, he is definitely a she.
He was in
good
the mid-century commercials.
He and the children and the Lucky Charms commercials never actually get the charms. So there we go.
Even in today's day.
Just never. He's always able to protect them.
And then the Tricks Rabbit, well, that's a different thing, but I bet he gets the tricks eventually.
Nope.
No?
Tricks are for kids.
He gets the red dye tricks. He turns red. Or pink. He would turn pink like you left a sock you put the white sock in the wrong load of laundry.
What?
I'm just trying to end on something weird.
Yeah, you are. Congrats. I hope that's
It's
great
St.
for you.
Patrick's Day, all right? It's a little wacky.
So, remember, if you guys are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, be safe out there. Don't drink and drive. Be responsible.
Yeah, and keep the tricks a little, friendly.
Yeah, mild.
Don't blow anything up. It's the wrong holiday. That's 4th of July.
Yeah, we set off the boomers.
Yeah, I don't want to hear any stuff in my neighborhood. I'm tired of all them leftover fireworks, okay? People just, what is it, St. Patrick's Day? What is it? National Shoe Day? Oh, let's light them off.
So Brady's turning into an old man.
Get off my lawn.
Our audience gets to witness this because physically he's a millennial, but boy howdy does his boomer pull out sometimes.
I look like a 80-year-old, 20-year-old. I hate being a millennial.
It's great.
But anyway, on that note,
I hope this made leprechauns and a little bit of the fae crystal clear. Bye. Follow us on Threads and Insta at Wormsong Media. That's WYRMSONG Media. Want to reach out to us? Email us at wormsongmedia@gmail. Again, that's WYRMSONGMEDIA@gmail.